thank you for tuning in today for this monthly live broadcast. We are about equipping world-changing disciples. The psalmist declares in the 100th Psalm, "Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and bless his name, for the Lord is good. His love endures forever. His faithfulness continues throughout all generations." Happy Thanksgiving. I'm Junius Dotson, General Secretary of Discipleship Ministries. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Dotson Live. Our goal is to simply help you as leaders and influencers in your church to go to the balcony, take a 30,000-foot look at your ministry. I believe most of us have some area where we like to exercise greater leadership and achieve better outcomes. Well, that's where we come in. And I'm personally committed to helping you develop stronger and healthier leadership for more effective ministry. And we have an awesome team here at Discipleship Ministries who are ready to walk with you on this journey of leadership. There are really no tips or how-tos today. I simply want to offer 3 words of encouragement for you. First, I want to give thanks to you for your willingness to serve on this mission field, even in the midst of anxious times and difficult moments. This ministry would not be possible without leaders and influencers like you who are willing to pioneer, to innovate, to be early adopters to movements like See All the People. You play an indispensable role in this disciple-making movement. You know, if you've ever been on a bike ride or a long-distance foot race, you know that the strongest rider or runner will usually go just ahead of the group. They serve in the role of a pacer. They set the tempo, show the way, and they set the right pace so that the group can arrive at its destination faster than if they had to try it on their own. I'm grateful for the mature believers in Jesus who have been walking with God and who now serve as pacers. I'm grateful for those who have played that role in my life. Those who said, "Follow me and I'll show you how to study the word. Follow me and I'll show you how to pray. Follow me and I'll show you how to be faithful in even difficult moments. I'll be your pacer." So in a nutshell, you know what? That's what discipleship is all about. Disciples develop disciples. So I want to say thank you for being a pacer. And thank you for allowing me to play that role in your ministry, for the privilege of being able to speak into your ministry. I do not take that for granted. And again, I'm Junius Dotson. You're watching Dotson Live. If you could take a moment, click, share, send this broadcast to a friend or a colleague. I believe it will bless their ministry. Second thing I want to do today is simply invite you to celebrate and to give God thanks for the small steps that you have taken this year. I want to share a story that I hope will encourage your soul. This is the story of First UMC in Oakland, Illinois. They are one of the winners of the Discipleship Ministries One Matters Awards. First UMC in Oakland, Illinois, they like to celebrate small victories on the way to major victories in the future. If the mission is to make disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world, then every interaction with members in our community is an opportunity to plant seeds for future fruit, says the Reverend Jonathan Crail. In 2015, this church recognized they didn't know their neighbors who lived just a few blocks away. So they launched a plan to build new relationships, to see all the people. They held an Easter egg hunt for the neighborhood in the park rather than in the churchyard. And although they only have about a dozen children who attend their church, they were pleasantly surprised that almost 60 children came to the first event. So they planned it for the following year. And that year they planned for 100 children. And they promoted the event across the neighborhood, around the wider community through the word of mouth and social media. And on the morning of that particular hunt, small groups of families began to show up. And to their amazement, they had not 60, not 100, but 160 children, plus their parents, totaling almost 300 people show up. The pastor called it beautiful chaos. And then he says, hey, we haven't changed the world yet, but we have begun to touch our neighbors in new ways. And we have great expectations that in God's hands, our small steps will lead us to many more stories like this one. So I want to say to you as leaders, celebrate the small steps you've taken this year. Celebrate the small victories as you continue to reach out and to see the people that God is calling you to reach in your neighborhood. Finally, I want to encourage your spirit as a leader in this season of Thanksgiving. Philippians 4:6 reminds us, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. There you have it. Worry about nothing, pray about everything, and thank God in all things. The result, and I pray this over your life and over your ministry, is a peace that surpasses all understanding. I believe the Living Bible translation says it like this: if you do this, you will experience God's peace, which is far more wonderful than the human mind can understand. His peace will keep your thoughts and your heart quiet and at rest as you trust in Christ Jesus. I'm hopeful that you're going to have a very happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family, enjoy your meal, and of course, enjoy watching the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget to have a blessed season of Advent. Go to umcdiscipleship.org for a great worship series. It's called A Season of Saints. Before I sign off, I want to give a shout out to my beautiful daughter, Dotson. She's here in the gallery. Her friend, Lanasia from Wichita, Kansas, she's here in the gallery. So grateful for them. God bless you, and I'll see you on the mission field.
This has been a production of Discipleship Ministries, an agency of the United Methodist Church. Visit us online at umcdiscipleship.org.